What up, what up? It's old Marvelous in the fucking Hemi. Before I say anything, like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications on. This is part 2 to a series I have, which is titled, Feminism is Not Designed for the Black Woman. The first one I broke down more of the economics of it all and more of like the social components of it. In this one, I'm going to just speak strictly logical and common sense. From an emotional level. It's something called being logically emotional. And that's the vantage point I'm going to talk from in this video. Let's think about it logically. I always say it's masculine energy and feminine energy. They work together. They work in unison. They work in sync. As a black man, you're supposed to be with a black woman and vice versa and all that. Not saying that you can't find love in other places, but typically speaking, your energy is going to attract your counterpart. You're made to work in sync and in unison and in harmony with each other. That just is what it is. So, let's break down the difference between black masculinity and white masculinity and why feminism was created and why feminism is the antithesis of black femininity and masculinity. So now, let's look at history. Let's look at history. What has white masculinity done throughout history and time? And what has black masculinity done throughout history and throughout time? When you look at white masculinity in its finest, in its purest form, in its most masculine form, it's oppressive. White masculinity is oppressive. Hitler killed millions of Jews. King Leopold went into Africa, killed twice as many Africans as Hitler killed Jews. About 20 million Africans were slaughtered by King Leopold. In the Americas, all the Native Americans and Aborigines slaughtered by white men. We looked, there were black people and Aborigines in Australia and in Japan slaughtered by white men. So of course, white women are going to viscerally have a response to masculinity in general because they have seen what white masculinity has done and how it has oppressed this earth. They also know from inside the homes what happened with white women inside of their own homes in their interactions with white men. Look how white men treated their women. Look at Roman times. Look at I'm not even going to go into it, but look at their statues. Look at the Hasidic Jews, how they oppressed their women. So of course, again, white women are going to have a visceral, knee-jerk response to masculinity because the only masculinity they know, the counterpart to their femininity, their white counterparts, are oppressive in nature. Now, the thing about it is this, and this is why I say feminism is not created for and designed for the black women. Where in history has black men been as oppressive as white men? Where in history has a black man went and slaughtered millions of people just because for the sake of land? When has black men went and operated on live people for the pure joy of seeing someone in pain and in anguish? When is black men made human skin coats and skinned people while they were alive and wore their skin? When is black men lynched people? When is black men went into white lands and committed genocide? When has black men done any of these atrocities that white men have done? So, now that I painted that picture for you, when I say that feminism is not designed for black women, feminism was designed to counteract white masculinity and the oppression of white masculinity. The people who created all these things I just mentioned, plus created all the isms, and then institutionalized oppression in this country currently right now. So again, I ask, when is black men institutionalize anything that was going to oppress a whole nother race? But then you look into black masculinity, look into our history. What have we done? When Columbus came over to America and he said, they're so generous. We could have taken over this land with a couple hundred men. They're so naive. There's so much unity here. We could have literally taken them over. That's why I was able to give them sheets. The Native Americans came and gave them gifts and were bearing gifts. Hey, welcome. You know, they said, oh, you don't welcome us? We'll welcome you. And we'll give you sheets with syphilis filled in them and poison you. That's what the white man did. So you look at the Aborigines and every other places that are black and brown. What does black masculinity do? It unites people. They know that. J. Edgar Hoover worked for the CIA. Reaganomics, you understand that? If you don't, look it up. I'm just here to make you think. So now you look at that, and what J. Edgar Hoover said was that black unity is the biggest threat to American society. So they know exactly who we are. They know that black masculinity will unite people and bring people together with love. That's why they try so hard, and they put so many millions of dollars into tearing us down, in oppressing us. So now, as a black woman, if you're not educated about this, and you align yourself with an institution in a movement that's designed to fight white, be the antithesis of white oppression from a white woman's vantage point, and you align yourself with the institution, you're aligning yourself with white women more than you are your black race. Because ultimately, they're fighting against the oppressive white man, and now you are putting black men in that same category, under that same umbrella as oppression, when we have never done any oppressing ever. We have not created any isms in this country. So then I ask, why do you do that? You just riding a wave? You didn't think about it logically? Or because you harbor resentment because they instilled that inside of you, and now you reflexively ride the wave that they set in front of you? What we need to be doing as a race is understand, as black men and women, we are one. Understand that black masculinity is one of the most powerful unifiers in this universe. And by you aligning yourself with white women for a fight that's not yours, and the only reason that they enlisted your help because they wanted more numbers, and there's power in numbers, look it up. You're just a pawn. And you're helping them achieve their agenda, while simultaneously you're helping their men achieve their agenda as well, which is to separate us. So you're a fucking pawn at that point in time. That's all you are. I'm not going to get into the stats and all that stuff. I did that in the other video. Go check it out. Thank you for your time. Like, comment, subscribe. Please let me know if there's anything else you want to talk about.